Alright, so in the last video we created the registration or the sign up. In this video we're going to take care of the login. Okay, so where this is going to go, let me just close these out. Okay, and if we look at the login form, it is not going anywhere, so we need to add that. Okay, so we're going to have a method of post and action will go to users/login. Alright, and then we just need to add names here. So name equals username and name equals password. Okay, we'll save that. We also need a button. Input type equals submit. And we'll give this a class of button and a value of login. Alright, close that. Now we want our route. We want the user's route, and we're going to go all the way down. Okay, now we're going to be working with Passport on this. So router.post, and we want login or /login. Alright, then we want to pass in passport.authenticate. Okay, authenticate, and this is going to be a local strategy. So local, and then the options will say failure, redirect. Just make that the home page. And let's see, failure flash. And for this, we'll just say wrong username or password. Okay, so that looks good. Next, we need a function. Okay, so we want to go right here. Function. Alright, and that function should take a request and response. And we just want to redirect. So we'll say request.flash. And this is going to be a success message, because this will only run if it's a successful login. We'll say you are now logged in, and then we will redirect. Okay, we'll go to when they log in. For now, we'll just go to the home page. Alright, so let's save that. Now what we have to do is create the local strategy. Actually, before we do that, there's two methods that I need to include. When using Passport, you need to include the serialized user and deserialized user, and this is the reason why we created that get user by ID. Okay, we need it for this. Now for the local strategy, we can do below here. So I'm going to paste this in. Okay, so passport.use, new local strategy. We did this back in chapter 3. User.getUser by username. Alright, and down here we have user.comparePassword. So we have to create that in the model. So we'll save that and then open up models user. And we'll go down here. Okay, so now that okay, so we need to do, actually let's put a comment. Alright, so module.exports equal, I'm sorry, we want to do dot compare password. That should be lowercase. And that's going to be set to function. And this function is going to take in a candidate password. Alright, and it's going to take a hash and a callback. Alright, and then we can say bcrypt dot compare. Okay, and we'll pass in candidate password and hash, and then the function. And this function will have error and is match. Okay, now this will be a Boolean. It'll be true if the login works and false if it doesn't. Alright, so let's say if there's an error, then let's return actually no, we'll just throw it. Alright, and then we'll say callback, and then this should be null and is match. Alright, so we'll save that. Just check it over. Okay, so if we're successful, we should get this message. Alright, let's just try it. Okay, so let's just try anything. Wrong username and password. Okay, so I don't even know what the password was of the user I created. I think it might have been 1234. Guess not. Alright, so let's actually sign up again. So I'll sign myself up. So Brad 1234. Okay, user added. Should probably change that to you are now registered or something like that. So let's go ahead and say Brad 1234, log in, wrong username and password. Huh. Strange. Let me just do a little bit of debugging and I will be back. Alright guys, pretty big error. In the user model, in the get user by username method, we have class.find1, and that should be user, not class. So that's what's messing us all up. Okay, so that's why it wasn't authenticating. So let's try again. You are now logged in. Awesome. So that's it. We're logged in. Now I want some things to change when we log in. I want this form to disappear, and I want it to just say welcome and then the student's name, and then a link to log out and a link to see their classes. Alright, so we know that this is in a partial file. So if we go to views, partials, login. So we need to check for the user, and I believe in app.js we have a global user variable. Oh no, we don't. I'm just going to paste this in right here. Okay, basically we're just saying app.get on any route. That's what that represents. Then we're going to set res locals user to whatever the user is. Alright, so we should be able to access this user variable in all views. Okay, so we'll save that and go back. Alright, now we should be able to say if user, then we'll do something, and then we'll say else, show the form, and this should be if. Alright, so let's just test for now. Okay, now the form should be hiding, but I think we have to restart the server. And when you restart the server, you get logged out. Alright, so we'll have to go back in. And there we go. You can see it's displaying test. So let's have this say, we'll put an H5, and we'll say welcome back, and then we'll put the user's name. So user dot username. So let's see if that works. Yep. Alright, now let's create an unordered list. Class equals alt. That gives it just a little bit of styling. And we want list item to log out. So A. And this is going to go to slash users slash logout. Now I don't know exactly how I want to do this, but I want a different link here if it's a instructor than if it's a student. So I'm going to try this. I haven't tried it yet. So I'm going to say if, oh actually you know what, I don't think I can. I can only do if true or false is here. I can't say if something equals something, I don't think. I do have an idea though. So I'm going to go to app.js, and we got to get the type of user. So what I'm going to do is go to, I guess right in here. Yeah. I'm going to paste this in, and this is something that I use pretty often. Okay, so basically we're saying if no matter what route it is, we're going to run this function, and I'm just setting a local, a global variable user to the user object that's logged in, and you can get any user fields from this, including the type. So I'm thinking if I say if rec.user, then let's set a global variable rec.locals.type or user type, and set that to request.user.type. Okay, so then this variable should hold either student or instructor. So we'll save that and then go to the login, and let's do an if statement. We'll say if, actually no, we're not going to do an if statement. That's right. I want to just include the type in the URL or in the link. So we'll say href equals and then we want it to go to slash and then the type. So we should be able to say type or user type, and then an S slash classes, and then this will say my classes. Alright, so what this is going to do is if we're logged in as a student, this will say slash students slash classes. If it's an instructor, it'll say instructors slash classes. So let's save that and see if this works. Okay, so we'll log in. And my classes, click on it. Alright, so it's not going through. User type. Huh. Actually, let's just do type. So rec.locals.type equals rec.user.type. Huh. In the wrong place. What is going on? I think I messed up something here. Oh, I put request. This needs to be res.locals. That's why. Alright, let's reload this and go back in. There we go. My classes, click on it, and we have student/classes. Perfect. Alright, the page isn't created yet, or the route isn't created, so we get an error, but that's what I wanted. Alright, now, let's see, we didn't do the logout yet, so we'll have to do that. We actually need two functions here, so I'm going to paste these in. Okay, we have the logout route. It's just going to user/logout, and we're just going to call rec.logout, and that does it all. Then we'll just have a redirect. But we don't want to redirect to users login. We'll just go to the home page. Then ensure authenticated is a method that we can use to let people only go to a route if they're logged in. If they're not, then we'll redirect to the home page. Alright, and then we can include that in the route. Like I could put here and ensure authenticated, and that would only let me go to sign up if I was logged in. So we don't need that for anything yet, but we will later on. So I think that's a good place to stop. We have complete registration and login functionality and logout. Actually, no, we didn't even test it, did we? Let's test it real quick. Brad, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, logged in. Log out. You have logged out. Great. All right, so I will see you in the next video.